What's going on, everyone? It's time for another sci-fi action film review. Today we're going to review The Maze Runner: Scorch Trails. It was released September 18th, 2015, and directed by Wes Ball, who did The Maze Runner. And he'd also go on to do the third one, The Maze Runner: The Death Cure. And he's also directed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Mouse Guard, and Phoenix Forgotten. So, The Maze Runner: Scorch Trails. Well, we're back with the group of kids that survived the first movie, and they're out of it, and they get picked up by some like government agency type of deal, and is now being held in a safe house. And but he learns there's more to it than what they're saying. Thomas learns more to it what they're saying, and actually tries to figure out what's actually going on and escapes. And they go on this post-apocalyptic journey, trying to uncover more in the truth of what's actually happening. Um, Overall, I thought this one was a pretty interesting type of direction to go. This is definitely what you learn a lot more about these specific characters that are continuing on, and you really get the feel for them. So when something happens to them, you really feel it. And I thought that was pretty cool. They do spend a lot of time on this extra exposition and some new characters and getting their exposition done, so it takes a while for this to get going. But I thought it was pretty done. The cinematography is really good. The acting's pretty decent in it. The creature effects were really surprisingly good, and I really enjoyed it. I wish we saw more of it though. Um, yeah, but for what it is, it did have some cool scenes in it and stuff. So there's some cool scene where two buildings are collapsed on each other, and they basically run up them and then have a harrowing fight up there and stuff. It was pretty fun. And it has a lot of good elements into it, a lot of good action stuff. It doesn't come till like later, but still, I just think they drew it out a little too much stuff. A lot of people say this one's better than the first. I wouldn't say that. I think it's a good movie, but overall, I think it's just too padded and too drawn out for what it is. It does have some cool stuff, and hopefully the next one they introduce some more interesting like creatures or something like that, because this is totally different than the first one, and that it felt more like a zombie apocalypse movie though than anything else. But still, I thought it was still a fun, good popcorn flick. So I'm gonna give The Maze Runner: Scorch Trails a 3 out of 5. I thought it was good enough, but overall, yeah, it could have been better. But yeah. But if you want to check it out, it is on Netflix, and I'll link the trailer down below, like always. Also, link down below is my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually have the film title hashtag, some sort of film and hashtag, so you're aware of it. Also, link down below is my Letterbox therapy reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films, and my Twitter's down below, reviews underscore Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And also share my opinions on popular films, so come out classic films and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because we're going to go back to old school comedies for a little bit. We're going to do Treasure of Fear, also known as Scared Stiff, in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. And watch out for all those crazy infected people running around and causing chaos, because they're bound to do that during the apocalypse anyways. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.